Welcome back to NTV at 1. One of the hardest hit sectors since the breakout of the novel coronavirus in the country has been the banking sector. A week ago, the Bank of Uganda clearly spelt out the allowable credit relief measures and terms including repayment holidays for a maximum of 12 months, loan term extensions and any other forms of debt restructuring covered in the existing regulations. This afternoon, we speak to an expert in Uganda's banking sector to check on how the banking industry is coping in these times. Mr. Mathias Katamba, who is the CEO of DFCU Uganda. Welcome to NTV at 1. Good afternoon, Mathias.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now we'll just start off with how prepared the financial institution in terms of banking sectors were prepared for something like COVID-19 pandemic.
Thank you very much. First of all, I think the banking sector, being one of the most regulated sectors, has been very keen to always have business continuity plans, etc. And earlier on, so when in January, February, this was beginning to manifest around the world, banks like ourselves started planning what will the protocols look like at different stages as this would come here from a health and safety point of view, from a continuity management, customer engagement, etc. So the banking sector generally did begin to put plans in place earlier on.
Okay, now we also have seen individuals and businesses simply starting to struggle financially, and of course banks have a major role to play in ensuring and helping stability in that semblance. What exactly, say, for DFCU or the specific interventions as far as this is concerned? Because if you as a bank or even just the banking sector were foreseeing something like this in about March, were you foreseeing something in the sort of individuals coming to you as banks for help in a time like this?
From a DFCU point of view, from around February, it was clear what was beginning to manifest. So at around that time when we could still, meet people physically, we actually did hold a customer engagement where we brought together a number of our customers, over 100 in one place, just to try and understand from them how they saw this going to impact their businesses. That was very helpful, but at the same time, we put in place the protocols for staff separation, separating teams into A and B, etc. Of course, many of these things over time have been overtaken by events. And what we're generally trying to do now is run a skeleton service using our digital platforms mostly to provide frontline service, but also keeping a number of outlets open, reducing the working hours to see that staff are able to come and go home under restricted conditions. Many banks are doing similar things.
Now, taking a look at the borrowing customers, those were some of those very affected, most affected in this crisis. And recently, about 6 days ago, the Bank of Uganda came out to issue some general guidelines on how these would be supported. And one of them would be the 12 months relief. How has DFCU implemented these holidays? Have you started as a bank?
So one of the things we've done, even as we're anticipating those guidelines coming, is to identify our customers in different sectors and be reaching out very proactively. But since the circular has also been out, we encourage all our customers to reach out. For the corporate customers, reach out to your relationship manager or your branch manager, just to try and understand the business planning you have in place and what kind of support you need. Typically, we're doing restructures of 3, 4, 5, 6 months, depending on the needs of the customer. And what we say to customers, even at the end of that period, should you not be in a position to be able to meet your repayments, do come back as well. So we're doing restructures and extending the tenors of the facilities.
Yeah.
For our retail customers, what we are doing is reaching out very proactively with the employers to try and understand what the next few months are going to be looking like for them, to see that we take care of our retail borrowing customers as well, especially those with salary loans.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Mathias, for sharing with us this afternoon. This was Mr. Mathias Katamba, CEO of DFC Uganda, trying to explain to us. He's also an expert in the banking sector within Uganda, and he's just telling us how banks were prepared for a time such as this in Uganda. And it seems in one way or another, they had already said making some moves from February.